Alright, gonna go over the last map in the series. Atlanta Faze versus Optic Texas, Major 4 tournament. Gonna be Redcard, Hardpoint. Good old Redcard, man. It just... it's not going anywhere, I guess. So, gonna be somewhat standard 2-2 split. You have two playing for Bush. Faze love playing for this Bush with multiple SMGs. A lot of other teams opt to play 3 AR, or even 4 at times. Faze really like this double SMG setup where they kind of play through low outer bush here, and there's just nothing you can do about it unless you want to commit a guy down there. So immediately that's going to be Hugh is just going to just watch that OE, and you can tell Optic respects it. You have one guy playing for ticket here. You have Celium watching the long cross. You already have a guy cutting middle and getting that gunfight initially with Shotzi. So 7 should kill Shotzi here. Yeah, it does happen. Number 5 is playing through low. So Faze kind of opting just swing through outer. This is going to be a BZ looking for that second guy ticket. Doesn't exist. Sim's going to get 2 close. Sim's going to get 3 close. And yeah, that second SMG is helpful. You have one SMG kind of playing through time, getting your ticket control, playing it well. Another SMG ends up getting in your face bushes, and yeah, it just went wrong for you if you're on Optic.
He's got a sub, he's got a pistol, he finds the first 4. I had people tell me this is his worst title of all time. I was like, all right, sure. He had a rough online stretch, but he is back to it.
Is this his worst title of all time? I don't know about that. So Optic are gonna respawn. Dashy's gonna be fully aware of this, knowing nobody's chowing in front. You have 2 players now on Optic and ticket.
Optic regain a bit of control.
Gonna get Hugh weak. BZ's gonna get weird timing here bottom, but Faze once again playing all the way on the outside with a sub just pushed up close, just kind of looking for these close range gunfights. And then Cell went down close, got a guy weak ticket. Optic not collecting this time, but they're trying to hold good side. Cell has pushed up, and he's just in a weird spot here. Once again, if you're Optic, you have to, like, these sub gunfights are just, they're in your face. He kills Hugh and Dashy there. I think both of them had ARs. Now number 3, this is going to be Merc. He's found a little hole. He's going to fill it. He's going to fill those holes. Pause. And then he's going to get that kill off time, or trade off time. And now nobody expects Shotzi to be here quite yet. Shotzi should get traded, but it's kind of hard to trade. You see number 7, just can't see him. He's going to end up getting caught late, but he bought time. Optic going to end up spawning Faze in the back. I don't think they're ready for it at all, except Dashy right here. This Hugh play filling through tickets, kind of trolly unless you're trying to flip spawns. Now these back spawns are contested here because Hugh's too close and the angle's too open. So these Faze players are technically blocking, and now you're going to spawn a little further out if you're Shotzi. Merc is doing his best to hold front. And now Merc's going to go down.
This might be an interesting one. I'm sure teams will start to find a little bit of smoothness.
These are going to control this kind of top route here. So I'm going to get one. Going to be a trade on point. Optic have tempo advantage front with 18 seconds left. This is extremely good for them, but they need to probably invest in cutting middle here. They know nobody can be there yet, but number 4 off respawn should cut mid. He's going to try and help front. It's going to be Dashy. Dashy's going to... I mean, he doesn't really let this guy slip. I think that's a BZ filter window. Now Dashy's going to be responsible for going to the back, being the discipline player. Yeah, you're going to get less engagements now front, but all of Faze are spawning ult here.
3 dead for Faze. And nobody took a route, right? You tried to retake B2, so now you're fighting.
And now you're going to catch one middle, and Faze are going to fill through ticket and actually deny Optic the ability to cross and do anything about the way Faze is filling. Hugh should win this fucking gunfight.
Gonna find some of that early time. And this is what we saw from him.
And now Hugh is being mad annoying, and he's actually going to get another one. He's going to block the back spawns here, so Optic should just have to turn, but you're still looking for 2. And both these players, 2 and 1, are so far out of position. You have to be aware that these players have filled through stage. You would have seen them by now. You didn't see anything front. You still don't see anything bushes. Hugh just killed 2 front, even 3. But yeah, despite the fact that you've gotten those kills, it's still a 2v2 on time, and Faze just outright win it. They're not ready for this at all. What were the timings that these players got here?
This is what we saw from who?
Yeah, Optic completely neglect their top mid control here. Huke's gonna get these kills forward, but
Running another AR and winning gunfights. Also did his team spawn.
yeah, Merc's just gonna get bad timing trying to run up those stairs, cut off that push through because I think he realizes that Huke didn't really watch that cross there.
Over towards boss, but of course it is Simp pulling out this sub.
And now Simp, just those subs, those multiple subs out of Faze are just tearing Optic up.
We have seen some insane P3 holds lately. Just going back to the Ultra comeback.
You have a weird spawn here. That's going to be number 2. Once again, Faze are going to win the advantage. There's going to be somebody that turns here. Actually, Cat reads it. And now Faze realized that the spawn should flip. The one player that flipped out for Optic that shouldn't have had an opportunity. Somebody just screams MacArthur. Love that. And now Cell spots 2 outer.
So good for Optic. But then that play happens. They're able to read the split.
Actually not going to be able to get 2. It's going to be a 1v1 last alive. Cell just kind of buys his time. Simp's going to fill. Optic filling through top hall now because there's only 6 seconds left. They know that they have forward pressure on time. They don't have to worry about their low. So you cut top hall, you deny Optic the ability to push through top here, and then once you catch those players, or if you even see those players, you can turn and you can actually cut, and your teammates will spawn in the back close to new. Because Optic are dying so staggered that there's no way for these spawns to flip.
Faze not afraid to take any gunfight, just trying to lock down Dashy. He's able to do well. Dashy's going to take him down, but you're on the hill.
Yeah, Simp is just still.
And so now Optic are kind of in the position where they're trying to be the ones cutting, but a little bit late.
He's still rotating off of old. You can't really leave him because you might set him up for freebies.
Big info out of Simp there. He's going to spot a bunch of players. 2 or 3. Draws with the push up front. Draws is going to get caught. And now you have Optic kind of collapsing on hill, but Cell's playing on Draws' side. He's going to end up catching Merc because Huke didn't quite clean up that kill in time. It's not really anyone's fault, just how it is. Okay, that one was Huke's fault. Yeah, you got to win that one, brother. But yeah, you kind of have to collapse on this hill. It's just how it is, or else you have to just walk in while crouched, and you don't have any ability to camera while doing that. I would say, what was the COD? Maybe Cold War, where you could really maneuver your character while sliding. In this game, it doesn't really work like that. Or it was last year, I think, as well.
It got scary for a moment, but Faze holding on to the point. Now pushing out your first significant lead.
Yes, he wins a gunfight under stage.
And now you have, once again, voice crack. Once again, these sub players are just cutting you close, and you're fucked. Now you have one guy on time, but Abizi's gonna try and collapse, but he's not there in time. The respawns are too quick. But it was a close. And now you actually get the ability to collapse because 2 Optic players are rotating new, but 2 Faze players have already met you there. Simp's actually going to catch that, and this is a huge kill because this will spawn you significantly. Well, it'll flip the spawns going in the new, first and foremost. Since these spawns are contested and Optic are first dead, Optic are going to be the ones spawning back here. So the rotation in this case came down to a well-timed first dead right less than 2.5 seconds before the next hill popped. That's going to be what forces Optic to spawn ult for the rest of this hill. And once again, their subs are just tearing you up on these OEs. You have Dashy and Huke in there, with probably both with ARs. Huke might have a sub. Shotzi has a well-timed flank here, though. He's going to be able to catch Cell. And now Shotzi's just going to be annoying on this OE. He's going to make all of the Faze players kind of tweak about his OE. And now he's actually caught 2. So even though you're not spawning on the favorite side, if you're Optic, you're now going to be able to have enough tempo to push up front. And this is somewhat of basically a tempo-based hill. Whichever team has good control of the map has the advantage. Shotzi is just still not getting caught. Finally going to go down. Shotzi was major there in slowing down that push, but you actually ended up with Abizi pushing through. I don't think he spawned there. I think he pushed through. Oh, he does spawn there. Now you have a reflip because these spawns were contested by both Faze and Shotzi, so Faze and Optic.
Where is Abizi? Shotzi had a nice pinch through the middle.
Dashy just kind of having to pre-aim wherever. Cell's just going to catch that, is what it is.
After finding a BZ,
He's in a shit spot.
the Faze fighting back 20 seconds here. It's only a 35-point lead.
Optic are going to continue to spawn where they originally were. Faze are going to just gain tempo through here because you had one Optic player that's going to be Mercules, is playing for early positioning on new. I would like to see Optic have done that together instead of just allowing Faze to collect this scrap, dying off ult, and then knowing where you spawn and then being able to cut you off. So Merc, I think, makes the right play here. I think the rest of Optic kind of get caught in the heat of the moment. I think no matter what, though, since Faze have good control here, but going down to, I mean, you got to expect to get one, but I mean. Hugh just spamming, and they've already pushed up your front now.
I don't think so. I think if you're Faze, you're happy.
So Optic gonna opt to fill through bus and not even really contest top. Shotzi is your only guy contesting top, and he probably has a sub. No, he pulled out an AR here. Faze have their positions of choice though. BZ's once again on this kind of super close angle, and then you have Draws sitting in ticket, maintaining ticket control. He's gonna wait until they get good control of one side, and then he's gonna get this time. He knows that the other side of this wall here, exactly where Huke's looking, the other side of the kind of mid wall is his main threat. He's already looking at it, and he's even playing an off angle. He's playing a little bit higher up so that the player that slides into this angle that peaks it initially, one, their center's probably going to be off, and two, Draws is going to be able to see a little bit more of him because he has that higher elevation, and they're assuming that he's a little bit lower. That little bit goes a long way, especially on like when they're sliding into the angle. So that's a good little off angle by Drazo. That take notes. That's just good COD philosophy. You can carry that over into any game. Optic are going to end up collapsing, getting that time.
Faze have got spawns for next, but they want to break up some of this P1.
Once again, you have these Faze players that just love to play low here. Draw's going to get caught. Actually, Huke's going to end up collateraling Shotzi here. So Shotzi's going to go down while Huke gives up his info. Simp's going to spot him. But Huke kind of pump fakes the ladder. I don't even know. It works out. Simp loses a huge gunfight. Huke gets a huge two. And he's going to... Oh, my God. How did he lose that? Dude. He makes a great play and then loses that. Wait, can I go back, bro? Because now that I'm looking back at it, did Simp just change direction midair? The collateral comes... Hold up. He gets a kill on Simp. He gets the second kill. Simp respawns close. He catches... yeah, he jumps up on the little ledge and then pumps. Okay, that's why Huke missed. Simp basically just changed directions like midair, it looked like, but it's not really what happened. So now Optic are 3 dead at a brutal position. Huke holding that would have been major. Optic are all kind of spawning through middle, and it's being cut by a BZ with a sub. You lose another player top, so your top bush control is kind of gone. The collapse on this player up top should be in. Your last player's Dashy low. Dashy has just no hope. He doesn't even see Simp there. He's just not locked.
I thought maybe Huke could stay up behind enemy lines and turn that into something early. At the point, they're spawning close and trying to flood in.
And yeah, once again, these subs are just hit just in your mouth. And now Faze are at least going to be able to contest this back spawn here. Optic, I think Huke should spawn in the booths area here. And they do. Okay. Because when this back spawn's contested and these back spawns are being blocked, there's only one place left.
Simp gets 2. He's on 4 straight. Opening though for
Mark's going to catch. He's almost going to get 2.
We go to Simp, who's on the spring.
Simp's going to be in that bitch.
I mean, he's just been roaming around middle of the map. AR, SMG, when in gunfights. Mercury's almost found a good timing.
And now Optic are still going to be able to gain tempo despite the spawn flip. Number 5 being back here is not really doing much. He's more worried about his mid hit here. He should end up getting a freebie. Not quite in time, though. Oh, my God. He's not going to get it. What the heck? Now Optic are going to be able to take space and at least contest these forward spawns, force spawning Faze into boost like I just said, and it's going to be a foot race. Unfortunately, Cell's going to catch Huke. He was the most forward position, and Faze are going to end up taking these new spawns. They're just going to win the foot race handily. And so now you saw last rotation Faze kind of double filled through stage. Optic are somewhat doing the same thing. It's going to be, once again, it's going to really be a 1v2 for time here. Actually, Shotzi's going to opt to drop out the double window, being cut by Simp there. And so that's going to be big info for Faze. And he's going to, Simp's just like magically going to catch two. And the Draw's going to win a close one with a sub against Dashy, who has an AR. Poor Dashy's in hell. He's going to get in a limb there. Dashy once again going to get caught with a sub up close. Draw's just OEing, catching it. And yeah, the subs are just in your face. Beezy has an AR. Draza has a sub. And they're going to be able to collapse on Huke here. Huke goes down. Actually going to be on that staircase. He's going to get one. I don't even know. Dashy was not ready for that at all. Going to go down top. What happened to my tissue? Oh. Simp's just on a 10. He rotates out. Optic going to have to gain tempo on this hill pretty quickly because you have to collapse on it. Cell's just denying their ability to do so. Now Faze have respawned up. Huke's going to get caught, not ready for a guy to be his top bush. You're the only guy top bush there. I know that you're really focused on cutting that map, trying to keep Faze out of time, but you need to keep your top mid control there. You need to stay composed because you're the guy to make that play, and just dying for free there, I don't like it. So Optic are going to be able to get in. Faze have such dominant control that they're just going to be able to go through top here and then to contest. Because they just control these lanes so handily now that they have top mid control especially. And they had one guy push through. And now Shotzi guesses wrong. Shotzi assumes that the player on the other side that is OE'd is going to be the player to collapse in first. And he's even trying to get an angle where he can peek out through the gap there to kill him for his team as well. Prevent the kind of a blocking situation where they spawn a little further out. It would have been big if he could have got that kill. So it's the right mindset, I think, by Shotzi that was. Soaking up the time, doing it in the objective, doing the slang, doing it. And yeah, they're just gonna get collateraled on the close guard because once again these subs are just in your face. You are losing the tempo war. The other side of the tiny tears cleaning you up. Optic such an effort to control to bring this back. They battled through the map 1 and 2, but now getting blown out. 10 points needed for Faze to close this out. They got 2 of their best hardpoints, and they're looking to seal the deal. The tears cannot be. Optic are going to be set up early. You have booth spawns. Optic once again spawning on the other side. Let's see if that was intentional by Faze here. Optic such an effort to control to bring this back. Yeah, Optic are kind of cutting the map here. They're running through the gap, and Abizi's trying to deny them the ticket control, forward ticket control. So it looks like you also have one long routing through booths. You saw last rotation there was 2 players from each team here dueling, but Optic lost the death order. Going into this hill, yeah, you get this this boost spawn because nobody on Optic is pushed up blocking. I think it would have been nice to see Mercules try and take some space there and deny that spawn because you really need to string some hills together here. It's gonna be Merc. Yeah, there's really, you don't expect there to be a timing where you can hit through. 10 points needed for Faze to close this out. They got it looks like he kind of tried. He was just about to turn, I think, and try. The tears cannot be silenced. One look at the final hold for Optic Texas. Any break for Faze will seal it. Mark is trying. Been a lot of big comebacks on this map. This was not one of them. Abizi's going to clean up. Once again, one of your submachine gun versus an AR up close.
He's gonna finesse with Simp, just weaken up as many players as possible.
VZ gonna play that very aggressive. Celium playing a great AR angle. That's catching Shotzi. Gets spotted. Trade War's going out. Q gonna win a big close one. He gets 2 with the pistol. That's major.
Listen, we've seen insane comebacks on this map. We already casted a 100-point comeback. That was a very similar scoreline. Honestly, right.
And now Optic have tempo, so it's a tempo-based hill, but you kind of want boot spawns going into P1 and such.
Can Texas be perfect? Can Optic somehow do this? Start to click and steal one away.
So you need to get your ticket control. Faze are even going to fight for this scrap. This is a big 5. I mean, this is a big 5. And now you're going to have one player that's going to give up info. So you kill one off ult, so you're looking for 3. One trades it. Now you're looking for 2.
You have to fight this, and what does that do? That drives Shotzi over.
Shotzi going to get front. Now Optic have clean dead. But now this is where Faze have been winning this game, just on these low, on this kind of low mid stuff, being able to overextend and get in their bush. Get in their bush is a crazy comp.
We've had just nutty comebacks on Redcard.
Gonna get caught. Number 6 is just gonna find this timing. Once again, it's just gonna be a sub finding a timing.
Plenty of play clock to work with. Mercules again finding multis. They'll be inside the hardpoint.
Now you've lost all bush control.
With 40 seconds left to earn. They have to stop one break. Now that's gonna be a tiny tears going through. They're gonna get 2.
And just sub. Bunch of SMGs just getting 4-shot kills.
They go into the point. 5 now needed for the win.
Optic lost their front pressure. Dashy actually with an insanely fucking reactive gunfight. It looks like he's having a terrible map, but when you're doing a terrible job, when you're losing all your tempo wars and letting these subs get in your face, like, it's just so difficult. And I don't think Optic really adapted to that. Yeah, so it's just that 2-sub style that FaZe played. Optic just crumble against it. LA Thieves are very good at that map because their ARs are very good at just creating space. And, like, they play close together. They're very trade-oriented, so even if you do have a good gun in a certain situation, you're not going to be, like, piecing so much against them. Optic just lacked a little bit of awareness on that map, I feel like. And they let FaZe do it. They let FaZe be super comfortable, and yeah. So the first 2 maps could have gone either way. Optic easily could have 3-0'd this series, but and they dominated the control, which is shocking because FaZe's control has been so good. But losing 2 hardpoints to a team to FaZe who just aren't good at hardpoint, at least last major, their hardpoints definitely improved, but maybe other game modes have suffered. But still, it's not a good sign for Optic. It means they probably have a long way to go before they want to compete with a team like LA Thieves. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.